welcome to the DecentraWise Podcast. My name is Pedro.
And I'm Miguel, and you just joined us in our mission to decentralize the world wisely.
Wisely is very important. And once more in this episode, first of all, before we start, thanks for the 300 subscribers.
Yeah, guys, we are at full force there.
And looking forward to the 400 now.
That's the next target, yeah.
So thank you guys for subscribing. And it means a lot for us. It has been a ride, and
but it's been quite
cool.
fun, right?
It's cool that there are 300 plus guys enjoying our content.
It's
I know,
pretty nice, guys. Thanks.
That might not be very how can I say, it can be a not very good thing for your mental health, but I think for us it means a lot.
No way, it's the best, guys. Don't listen to Pedro. It's the best for your mental health. It will make you dive into depression for sure. So, guys, grab a drink, sit back, relax. We're about to get nerdy for sure. We have a drink. Since we were talking about that, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you find a friend that will benefit from this information, don't also forget to share.
And if you already subscribed, don't subscribe again. It's enough. One time.
One time. Okay. Yeah, we don't want two of you guys. One is fine.
And today.
Okay, so what are you talking about today?
Today we have a very cool topic and a very controversial one.
I have no idea what we are talking about today. Is it some privacy stuff?
Mm-hmm. It is. It is about privacy and anonymity in public networks. And this is very important. This is a subject that is guys, very
it's so
dear to my heart.
So important. This is so important for us that Pedro is still anonymous to me. I don't know him, and he doesn't know me. So this is how important this subject is to us.
At least about your private stuff, I don't really care.
Yeah, that's what I was.
And I hope
about.
You don't care about mine either.
No, but at least I know your name. So
yeah, that's enough.
It's cool enough. It's cool enough.
So now, seriously, this is very important stuff, because one thing that really annoys me is that idea that some people want to pass around, that privacy is only important for people that have something to hide. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Because this is not true. Okay? This is absurd. I have my own life and my family and my kids and what we do in our house, what we want to do in our future. That information, it's mine. It's ours. Yep. I don't want anyone to. I don't want anyone to interfere with that.
Keep in mind that it's not only yours; it's your family's information. It's your friends' information. It's everybody else's information that they didn't give you permission to share.
There is a lot of things. There are a lot of things in your life that you don't share with anyone publicly. You share with your loved ones, and not all with all the loved ones. Because
of course,
that's the point. You have some things that you share with your kids, and some things you share with your wife, and some other things you share with your parents, and some things you don't share with anyone. Some things you share with your friends, and you don't share with your kids.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
this is life.
you have a very good example of that, like when people put their kids' information and photographs in social media. And that represents a real danger for your kids, because there are pedophilia networks around the world that are trying to get hands on your kids. So if they have some information about, okay, this is a kid, I can know where it lives, their daily routines, when they get into school, when they get out of school, who picks them up, stuff like that. And some people just put a lot of information on the networks, and that gives a lot of ammunition to these guys to act and to do their stuff. So this is just a quick example of people putting their family in danger just because of lack of privacy, because they are exposing too much information.
And that is
So
just one very
yeah, this
niche
is a very
thing.
quick example
But
of things.
extrapolate that to financial information, for instance, right?
Yeah.
If everybody have their bank account public, like everywhere, for anyone to access and to verify, that is a real danger. Because imagine, today we see on the news from time to time that this uh, rich guy or rich family has been kidnapped, or this and that, right? Uh, this is something from the past. The future, with all the information that we have right now on chain, and uh, if it goes this route, what will happen is that, what's the point of going to the gazillionaires? Because they have a lot of resources, you will probably get arrested easily, right? So
Mhm.
people will start going for the middle guys. They check their wallets and they see, oh, this guy has 1 Bitcoin. Ho, honey,
Yeah, well, one
a
Bitcoin is a
honeypot,
lot of money, right?
right?
It's a lot of money.
And if 1 Bitcoin is $500,000 or $1 million in the future, in the near future, and I think we are
Well, you
quite
don't need that
near.
today. Today we are talking about what, 65K, something around that. It's
Yeah,
it's a lot of money here in Portugal, but it's a lot of money, even much more money in poorer countries. So just imagine how 1 Bitcoin values in Thailand, for instance.
yeah, and that's not just that. Is that if people know what are your holdings easily, because what makes a gazillionaire a honeypot for these uh, guys, that these criminals that kidnap their kids and do ransoms and stuff like that, what makes them a target for these guys is their public information,
Mhm.
because usually they hold interests in companies that have public disclosures, right?
Yeah,
If we consider that the norm for everybody, then we are helping these suckers,
yeah,
right?
yeah, indeed.
And this is a real risk. It's an immediate risk. It's not something that we might consider eventually. It will happen,
No,
and
no,
it's starting
no,
to happen
it
already.
happens. It happened, and it's not only happening in the crypto world. It's happening in the in the fiat world. So it's not something that it's going to be new eventually in the future. No, it's already happening within the current world. So it's not far fetched to if we have some public everything is public information, that it facilitates their business.
Yeah.
So
And um, it's very important for us to understand the difference between uh, public information that is cool and that's not, there's not much problem being public and being transparent and all that, and the critical information that should not be public. And
let me differentiate the public information, because there is what I can say that it's public information is something that I me myself I'm putting out, I'm showing to other people. For instance, if I take my picture in a party and put it on Facebook, it's my initiative to disclose that information. But here on blockchain, it's not the same level, because that information may be automatically disclosed. It's not my choice. It's something that it's intrinsic to the blockchain.
but for instance, in Bitcoin, having a transaction on the public ledger, for me, it's not a problem, because there is a input UTXO and there is an output one,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
that is not related to me as a sender, neither to you as a receiver. Uh,
Mhm.
there is no private information in that transaction. It's just a
Yeah.
transaction with uh, some unspent transaction output on one side and another one on the other side that you keep. That's
Mhm.
it. Nobody knows your address, uh, because we can have, for instance, on Bitcoin, any amount of addresses we want. We can have one address per transaction, and it's not connected to anything. So it's very robust in that matter. Um, the problem is what the public institutions are requesting
Yeah, I
from
was going
the
to
on
talk
and off
about that.
ramps.
Yeah, I
That's the
was going to
problem.
talk about that because they can disclose that information. So what Pedro is saying that is, for instance, if you go to an exchange and on ramp some dollars and then um, transfer that money to a wallet, that will be reported, and that account, that wallet will be indexed to you. So yeah,
and
you
that and
you,
that is
you
the
have
that
that
is a
problem.
real problem,
Yeah.
because once you control the on and off ramps information with connections to private information, you have, if the rest is public, it's very easy to compute all the transactions on the network and understanding
Yeah.
who owns what and
Yeah.
who pays
Yeah.
for what
Exactly.
to whom and everything else.
Yeah.
So the problem is the solution to protect you that the public institutions are trying to convince you that it's on your benefit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because they are creating the problem. The problem didn't exist. They are creating it, uh, not for your benefit, for sure,
Yeah.
right? unless you trust governments. But if you are here, I hope you don't, because we
Yeah,
have
yeah, but even
so
though, even though,
many examples that they are not trustworthy.
yeah, but even though that you trust them, let's put it this way. Uh, I don't want that my transactions. I don't like to see them public. I'm not exposing that information to anyone. I'm not putting my banking. What's the name of that? Uh,
Now, let's just be clear.
my banking details to the public.
Let's
That's part
just
of
be
my
clear.
private life.
The numbers on my bank statement, I don't really care for them to be public if they are not connected to me. I don't really care. So that is the Bitcoin ledger or any other coins
Yeah.
ledger. So
Mhm.
if you have a bunch of numbers there and they are not connecting to any individual,
Yeah.
that is not a problem. The
Yeah,
problem is
because
when the
it's
connection is made. And
yeah.
that is the real issue, right? The issue is to have that connection in the first place. If you don't have the
Mhm.
connection in the first place, then you have no problem. And they say that it's for your safety or for anti money laundering or for uh, attempting to control financement of terrorists.
Yeah, that is not true. And the simple way to say that that is not true is because when you on ramp, it's already checked. So there shouldn't be the need to check on the transactions.
Yeah, because you cannot put dollar bills in the email and send it to your exchange,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So you have to go through
So you have to
the
go to
anti
a
laundering.
bank with your money, with your dollar bills, right? Which, by the way, are the first form of all of financing terrorists and money laundering. Okay,
Yeah,
drug cartels operate in dollars. They don't operate in crypto. They
yeah,
are not stupid. Some
yeah,
tried at the beginning and they were caught. So they are not dumb,
yeah.
right? They
Because
might
it's
be a jerk,
everything is
some jerks, but they are not dumb. And
yeah,
so you cannot put dollar bills in your exchange, in your centralized exchange, right? You have to go through the financial institutions, and
yeah,
they already did their checks and
yeah.
balances,
Of course.
right? So
So all
what they
money
want
that
to
goes
control
into
is your
the
crypto
exchanges
transaction.
are for
That's
sure
a different
valid,
story.
right? So all the money that goes into exchanges is for sure valid.
They want to control your transactions. It's not for the rest of the things. And they want to make sure that you pay your taxes. That's another reason. Probably the
Yeah,
most important one for governments, right?
yeah, yeah.
And
That's how they live.
that's completely okay, right? They have to uh, do their thing to make sure that they continue to collect money from everyone. What we should be aware is that we shouldn't give up our so little um, our own rights, right?
Hmm.
In in that matter, because
Yeah,
having dollar bills and having fungible money has one very important thing, which is privacy.
yeah. There is
That's
another
that's one of
aspect
the
to that
reasons
that I
why
don't
you
like.
have that
There is a
way unit of account and medium of exchange, right?
yeah.
It's not just being easier to transact; it's also privacy centric,
Yeah.
right?
there is another
Otherwise,
aspect
you
that
would
I
have
don't
your
like
own
there.
bills, the Pedro bills, and I pay with Pedro bills to Miguel, and Miguel gives me Miguel bills in return, and that's it. Now it's fungible money for a reason, for
Yeah,
privacy,
yeah. And
right?
there is another aspect that I don't like there, which is if you everything that you do is being scrutinized, uh, you are intrinsically being treated as a criminal, even if you are not.
Yeah, you are being
So
proven.
so
You are
regular people are not investigated. There is no scrutiny on regular people. There's only scrutiny on people that
yet,
are being investigated. So, and the blockchain brings that perspective. Uh,
and makes it very easy to do the opposite,
yeah,
and that's the problem, and
yeah,
that's why we need to really think about here. What is more important? If you, even if you are very a person that is really uh, that wants to be very um, true to morality and to avoid every bad actor in this universe and all that, let's just think about it. What is more important, to give up uh, our few rights that we have on our financial privacy in favor of controlling a very low amount of bad actors that could eventually use a public network to transact? Or are the global uh, rights to privacy in their financials more important than that? And this is a very moral challenge. And we had that many times in crypto. And it's very difficult to reach a consensus on this. We have, for instance, uh, in Ethereum, the DAO hack. The DAO hack represented one of the major hacks in Ethereum. It was in the beginning of the network. It was a very important hack that broke the community in two because of the lack of
mhm,
consensus on this.
yeah,
And that's why we have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic,
mhm,
right? Ethereum Classic kept the hack. Ethereum rolled back the chain to uh, remove the transactions from the hack. From a moral perspective, I completely understand. From a technical perspective and from trustless perspective, which is very important in our space, I completely disagree with
mhm,
the option that Ethereum took.
yeah,
Because although I'm not advocating for hackers to steal money. I completely uh, disagree with that. I find it disgusting.
yeah,
Those guys should be arrested and stay
mhm,
there. Although I completely disagree with that, I think it's more important for as a whole in the community um, to have a safe, trustless mechanism to transact on. And in that day, although I love Ethereum, I love the community, I love what is being built, uh, DeFi and all that, guys. Don't get me wrong. I really think that there's a lot of value in this ecosystem, But
Yeah.
that shit was wrong.
Yeah. They
Period.
showed that a blockchain is not a blockchain.
Yeah.
So one of
That's one
the main
thing.
characteristic, guys, one of the main characteristics of the blockchain is that it's immutable, and they showed that it's not. So
It's not because they can roll it back. If there is a consensus on the network to do that,
mhm.
and what they did was to remove some blocks, right, and
Yeah,
start from another blockhead. That's possible, of course.
it
It's
is.
impractical usually because there is no consensus in the networks, right?
Mhm.
Um, and it is theoretically impossible in Bitcoin because of the Bitcoin is the most decentralized network of all, right?
Yeah.
So there are a lot of nodes, uh, thousands and thousands of nodes or millions of nodes around the world that would never validate those transactions again.
Mhm.
Period.
Yeah.
If they want to do such a thing on Bitcoin, my node won't validate it,
Yeah.
and I'm no one, right? But if we are millions like me, millions of no ones running nodes, even if they are not mining, they
Mhm.
validate transactions and they invalidate blocks that don't compute to the other blocks,
Yeah.
right? So that makes it very theoretically virtually impossible to do.
Mhm.
And that was very nasty. Uh, Although I completely understand the reasoning behind it, it was a very bad
Yeah.
act. Bad actors are there. This is not a pink world, right? This is there is bad. There are bad actors around, and it's
Yeah.
exactly because of that that we should be conservative in the way we treat our public information because there are bad actors, right?
Yeah. And another thing that we should talk about is phishing. And if you are exposing information that might be subject to phishing. So for you guys that don't know what phishing is trying to get some private information in order to act on your stuff. Usually, forgetting passwords
I
and
thought that phishing is
to
that
have
thing that you
access.
do with a straw.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
It,
that. They are phishing for information, right?
my
So,
my como é que se diz cunhado?
brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law is a fisherman, so he's fishing in the lake near my house. This is public information. This is private information, so don't share it. There
Yeah,
is a lake near my house, and he is one of the best around. If you want to watch him fishing, you can go to his YouTube channel. Hey
nice.
Shasha, if you can write that thing in Portuguese, uh,
Yeah,
you are a winner.
yeah.
But he
And
has a YouTube channel.
then try to translate it. It's fun. So the thing is, as I was saying, if you are just disclosing
I
some
just
sort
ruined
of information.
your thoughts. Sorry.
No.
I am
I'm right on
I
it.
am capable of
I
doing this
just
shit.
picked it up. Come on, I just picked it up again. So if you are disclosing kind of information, and sometimes you don't even know that you are disclosing that information, it might be subject to phishing. So people may use very small fractions of information to get something else from you. Usually, the most known example is to generate passwords. then usually passwords are subject to brute force attempts in order to try to get to your password. But if they have some information, they can restrict quite a bit the amount of passwords that they can generate in order to try.
And that's
And
just
this
one
is
thing.
and this
Today,
is just one example. This is the most forward example that I can get. But
but
people
today,
may
the
get
most
some
important thing,
information in order to get to you.
password brute forcing is a thing of the past. Uh,
No, it's not.
today, no,
No, it's
it's
not.
continuous. But the
Yeah,
most important thing right now is social engineering. It's much more
yeah. Phishing
important
is
than
social
password.
engineering.
Yeah. So they grab your information and they do whatever, and they are getting more and more uh, professional on that.
Yeah,
I have a lot. Uh, I have my being in crypto for so long. I think my details were leaked from some exchanges in the past
hmm
quite a few times. So, and this is an example of what we are talking about. It's not that I disclosed the information.
yeah,
Someone did it without my consent, right? They just they might be hacked. They might be uh, not prudent with their safety. I don't really care, but it was my information that was leaked. My email address,
yeah,
my uh, mobile phone, and so on. I constantly receive emails or phone calls from people doing all the things that you can imagine. We are financial consultants. That is the majority, right?
yeah.
Uh, do you like crypto?
No, no, no.
We
Did you
do.
ever get those guys that we have? I know you lost access to your crypto. Do you
Yes,
want? Please give me your password so that we can try to solve the
they can.
problem.
They are getting. They are getting better now. They are not consultants anymore. So they are right now. They are calling me from time to time, telling me that they have noticed a problem, some illicit access to my ledger.
Yeah. So
And I told
please
you,
give me your password.
whenever they call me like that, I just I am able just to say a few words, usually because they hang up. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe because I
they
start.
don't like
Really?
you.
You noticed what?
And usually it's something
So,
that's really stupid because it's something that
uh,
doesn't
no,
happen because
but the problem is that right
crypto
now
doesn't work.
they are still in a early phase, so they are
Yeah,
really dumb on what
yeah,
they say. But
yeah,
this is the process, and they will get
yeah,
better
yeah, yeah.
and
They
better
will
on
get
it.
better. They will get
And
better for sure.
that's a problem,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I do agree.
Because, for instance, the other day I got an email that I was almost thinking it was something real.
Hmm
And I'm a technical guy. I don't recall what was the email for sure, because usually I report those things, or even I try to go through the rabbit hole to see where they want to get me.
Yeah.
But I don't recall the email from the top of my head. But I knew that I was almost thinking it was real, and that's terrifying
Yeah.
because I'm a
Yeah,
technical guy.
yeah, and sometimes they put a URL there, and sometimes they just change one character, and you don't even notice it. they are that precise, and then they put the same layouts, the same visuals, the same design, the same everything, in order to get you to trust the emails. But they usually don't. They don't put, if it's an official one, they don't put emails there, and neither URLs. So if
It's
there is a URL, it's almost for sure it's fake.
phishing is getting more and more a challenge to control,
Mhm.
and this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
This is so stupid still today,
Hmm.
uh, but it will become harder
Yeah.
and
Well,
harder to
honestly, looking
understand.
at that, I would do better. So
Yeah,
that's
it
how
is very
stupid they are,
cumbersome
and I'm not
still,
even trying, right?
but it will become unnoticeable
Yeah.
to anyone,
Yeah.
even to
That's
us
the danger.
technical
Yeah. Yeah.
guys, and
Yeah.
that's very disturbing,
That's the danger.
right? And if you find that giving your personal information away is a good thing, still, I don't know.
Yeah.
Uh, I think
Let me
you,
jump.
I think we talked about many
No,
aspects.
let me jump to another one that just came up to my mind. So,
Well,
imagining, forget about crypto. Just imagining that you have your banking transactions made public. Okay, so from now on, all your banking transactions are public, and you just don't care because I have nothing to hide. But then again, every day at 10 a.m., you are going to this coffee store to buy some coffee. So somebody noticed this, and if you are going to that coffee store at 10 a.m. every day, it means that you are not at home. So I can get into your home and I can steal it because there's nobody home. So this is just one little thing that can happen if people get to some sort of information that you don't even care. Why should anyone care that I'm buying coffee in this coffee store? And this is why
or
there is this danger that you are putting your photos when you are traveling, and these guys that are just robbing the houses in your neighborhood. Oh, this guy. Oh, this guy is not home. He's traveling. Let's take our time. He's not getting home anytime soon.
I am remembering one other episode. Uh, my father sent me a picture of WhatsApp the other day with a Pedro with my photo on another phone saying hi to him
Nice.
with my photo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got it.
And I had to discover how that shit happened, right?
Oh,
I'm a
it's
technical
not
guy.
hard. Well, it's very easy.
It's, you know how easy it is?
It
It is
is.
just like that. They knew my they went to they checked the profile of my father. They see the relationship between us.
Yeah.
They see on Facebook that
Yeah. It has to be
my
on
my
Facebook or Instagram,
my
something like that. Yeah.
details are there.
Yeah.
uh, they grabbed my photo from that.
Yeah. And they use
They
it in
just,
WhatsApp.
yeah.
Yeah, it's very easy to do it.
So uh, this is how perfect they are getting, and that
That's
scam.
not even perfect. That's really easy to do.
It is easy, but
And
they are.
they have your name there. They have your maybe your email. They have your photos. They know the kind of relationship that you have. So they can go to to your father and say, "Hey, Dad,
It's
do whatever for
crazy.
me."
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Uh, they are
Leave the door open today because I'm going there to pick something.
they are getting all those informations from the social media, from the public networks where we share our shit. So don't accept lightly sharing your financial information with anyone,
Yeah.
mostly governments,
Well,
right?
you should be very aware of any kind of information that you share, and your banking information is just one of the types of information that you should be very careful because it
And that's a
tells
very
it tells
simple
a lot about you.
it's a very simple example where what is the point of sharing my picture on Facebook? It's a
Yeah,
avatar picture. uh, I don't use Facebook anymore. It's there. It's an old one. I noticed that it was from Facebook because it's an old one, and
yeah,
I don't use it. Uh, that's not relevant, right? Well, it is,
but it is right.
because
Yeah,
my father almost thought that I would have a different number, and I am keeping I am telling him all the time, don't trust anything. Verify first. If you have any doubt, call me. Blah blah
yeah,
blah.
but
That's what he
you are
did.
talking to people that are
But
not aware of the dangers, and
but
he's kind
any
of
other
aware
people,
because you keep telling people and you keep warning the people near you, but uh,
yeah, and
they
any
they
other
are
one
not.
would fall on that trap
Yeah,
easily because
yeah,
there
but
is the
even them,
picture,
even
right?
them, even them. It's just us because we are very really aware of this kind of stuff, and we know what can be done with this information.
Yeah.
Uh, but other people don't, and they just see it as really far fetched.
So there is a lot of problems sharing information publicly on public networks, and it's not just crypto. It's everything,
Yeah.
right?
So
But
think
crypto
twice.
is
Think
the
twice
next
when you.
step,
Yeah. So
right?
think twice when you think, who cares about this? There are people that do care,
Yeah,
and it's
and
not for your benefit for sure. Because the
this
ones
is
that care, they do have an intent, usually to do you harm.
yeah, and the importance of this is to understand. We This is a technical channel, so we need to understand where is the problem, right? Uh, the problem is not on the ledger side. The ledger is okay. There are numbers there. There is numbers
Mhm.
flying around. That's not a big deal on that, and it has to be like that to be uh, transparent, and the
Yeah.
parties involved can verify.
The ones
Verifiability is
that
very
know
important.
how to filter that information, like you know your wallet, so you may need to check on your transaction, but you know that it's yours and you know
Yes,
what to look for.
but the parties that are not involved in that transaction, they just see a swarm of numbers,
Yeah.
and it's not a very important information there, right? So uh, of course you have privacy coins, right? You have Monero,
Mhm.
Zcash, uh, privacy enabled coins like Dash or Graphene blockchains,
Mhm.
uh, that where you can have stealth transactions that don't show the parties involved and the amounts in the transaction, but that's a different level. Monero and Zcash are privacy centric chains. For
Mhm.
instance, not even you on Monero know what's there on your account. Uh, you have to have some kind of uh, cryptographic whatever, and the wallet needs to do some very nasty magic to understand your balance, right? So um, this is one way, in my view, not ideal. Of course, there is some value on that, but I don't think that is the problem. I really think that the problem is we are being manipulated to think that is okay to have gatekeepers on the ins and outs of our favorite chains. And it's not okay,
Yeah.
right? Having centralized exchange subject to all the reporting that we have seen, and or selling that information, which is even worse, for data-centric companies to uh, aggregate information. That is the problem, in my view.
Hmm.
The problem is not that the transactions need to be opaque. The problem is that when you connect the transactions or the accounts or the uh, uh, account ownership to a physical person, that is the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And
I do agree.
we should avoid that, protect that with our lives, because it's critical.
Hmm.
If we lose that ability to be anonymous on chain, uh, we lose everything.
Yeah.
I'm okay for some government entities to share or to discover the identity of a thief and control that account, or that uh, those transactions on that. But they have to discover it, right?
Hmm.
That was the same thing with the dollars, right? They first have to discover what is the bank account, and then they get a court order, and that court order allows them to inspect transactions, and that was okay for me.
Yeah.
Why should we change that? Why should we give them more power than they already have? Right? That's
Yeah.
okay like that. So, if they want to discover the bad guys, go discover them.
Yeah. That just falls
No
into
problem.
the thing that I was saying before. Like you are, if we go on that route, you are already being treated as a criminal, despite you are not.
We shouldn't we shouldn't allow that. That is very critical for us. Having all the information about everyone should not be okay for anyone.
Okay, what would be a first step to fix this?
I really think that we should have more on and off ramps that are decentralized.
How would that fix?
That would just be impossible to control with the AML and KYC. And
Okay.
then, but in order to do that, we need to have very important steps, exactly the same steps that Satoshi Nakamoto did. Satoshi Nakamoto knew that if Bitcoin succeeded, he would have a bullet in his brain easily,
Yeah. Well, he
or
would be arrested
or
and
be
disappear.
arrested, or be
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, he would be
right?
arrested and just disappear. You wouldn't hear from him
Yeah, or
anymore.
silent, uh, captured in some CIA or whatever,
Yeah.
and let's see if they knock on my door, uh, because they are listening to everything. Be careful.
Ooh.
But That is a very important thing. We need to do more stuff like that. We need to create more doors than they can control. If
Yeah,
they can, if they want to have a few doors with gatekeepers, that's okay. As
yeah,
long
it's
as they
fine.
don't gatekeep all the doors,
Yeah,
it's okay.
exactly. So the thing is that that can open the door to make transactions that they are trying to, as they say, they are trying to avoid, right? Like stuff for terrorism, for um, trafficking, for whatever, for illegal stuff. So those doors would be open again, right? So
They are
it's not my
open.
understanding. I know. Don't get me wrong, but the standard people doesn't understand that that is not why they are doing. And the thing is, if people start doing uh, some decentralized on and off ramps, that those will be uh, once again like Bitcoin was in the beginning treated as how to say it, an illegal platform
Mhm.
for to do business.
And that's
So how do we take care of this? Because if you try to solve the problem, you will be demonized.
no. The thing is, uh, the identity, the criminal investigation agencies need to do what they always did: investigate. And if they investigate and they see some transactions that correlate to some entity, let's think this through. That on public ledgers they have a very important hedge that they didn't have, right?
Mhm.
Everything is public, so they can control, they can check the transactions. As long as they have one connection, like they find the destination of funds, they find the terrorist wallet that was financed, then they have everything.
Mhm.
It's not something. It was. It's not the same
It's
as they.
not just them, it's everybody has everything.
No, but they found the wallet. They had
Yeah.
to do
What I'm
the
saying is
research,
what I'm
right?
saying is anybody with that open knowledge, anybody can do their research.
Yes, but the
So
but
anybody can
usually,
see if that's a valid concern or not, if that
but
wallet is a valid concern or not.
there are externalities involved in reaching to that conclusion. It's not something that you find on chain, right? So imagining CIA or FBI or uh, whatever agency in Russia or uh, KGB or wherever, they found the subject, and then they somehow, because of some information that they discovered elsewhere, they found that a certain wallet is connected to that entity, to that criminal entity. Then everyone that transacts with that wallet will be subject to investigation.
Mm.
It's something that you didn't have before. It's already a very important gain for the institutions that need to do those investigations, right?
Yeah.
Before, they would have to go through the connections on the banking system and get warrants everywhere and so on. Right now, they don't. If they use crypto,
Mhm.
which I suppose that they won't do because of that. If they have two neurons and one is for breathing in and out and the other one is functioning, they would not use crypto, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Duh. So if they uh, this is the basis for my reasoning that it is not morally unacceptable to open the doors, because they already have this disadvantage, which is
Yeah.
huge, right?
Yeah.
And having the doors open doesn't mean that the bad guys will enter, because only if they are out of their minds they will enter,
Yeah.
because they will prefer to negotiate with dollars
Yeah.
which are
Of course.
untrustable, right?
Yeah.
Or even
Yeah.
with bank accounts.
And if it's not with dollars, some other thing, I don't know. They might even pick up a gold bar and pay with it.
Yeah, or pay
Who
with
will notice?
anything else, barter with
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
That is the point. This is being misinformed to people. It's being sold that it's a very critical thing and they need to
Yeah.
uh, safeguard humanity because bad guys will do whatever in crypto. That is bullshit,
Yeah.
right?
They just want control.
Yeah, they want to control your finances without any warrant. And if we continue this route, there will be a time where you check in on the AA meeting today, and the next time you go to the grocery store, you cannot buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Although I find it correct
No,
morally,
well, okay.
it's up
Let's
to
go
you to
to
decide if
okay.
you
Okay.
want to keep.
Let's go to something. Let's go to something that I don't find correct, which is a very good example. So people are talking about lowering the meat consumption, and I only eat meat because I started doing that because of health problems. So I only eat meat. So if people just inhibit and get to the point, no, we can't feed everybody with non-animal food. Yeah, we are not killing animals, and so let's go for that. And I only eat meat. So how can
You
I
are a
do it?
terrorist,
Yes. So I
an
won't be
animal
able to
terrorist.
do it. I won't be able to survive on such a world. So that's something. I cannot go to a grocery store and eat meat without getting penalized.
Or imagine that you go to your doctor and you get diagnosed diabetes, which
Yeah,
most of
yeah.
us are diabetic
Doctors,
anyway.
yeah,
So
doctors
you
don't
go to
know
the
why
grocery
people are
store and want
diabetic anyway.
to pay some candies, and you can't because you are not allowed to. This is stupid.
Yeah,
Although
yeah,
morally
and then
correct,
no,
but still,
but
it's your decision, right?
yeah, and you can get to the point that doctors have their theories, and their theories are usually wrong, especially regarding when it concerns to food, and they just tell you you cannot eat whatever because your cholesterol is too high, and it's been disproven whatever like 15 years ago that we shouldn't care about
I
cholesterol at
love my
all.
high cholesterol.
And yeah, exactly. And
I do
but
ketogenic
you
diet
cannot
usually.
but then you cannot go to the store and buy stuff that can increase your cholesterol, or so they say that it can increase your cholesterol. So how do you handle that? And that's the danger of stuff that we are. trying to deal.
That's where we will end up, or even
Yeah,
something nastier that we cannot figure out beforehand.
yeah.
So that is the danger. That is not the danger. Is not criminal activity on chain. It's not
No,
financing
no, no.
of terrorists.
It's the
Uh,
control of the population, which kind of sucks, and they are trying to narrow the pathway that we can navigate.
so the point here is, uh, it's important to have decentralized on and off ramps to crypto. The more, the better.
Yeah.
Uh, to avoid just centralized exchanges, which are centralized entities that they can control. And we can also have mixing and conjoin and stuff like that to try to um, make transactions on chain unlinkable. Uh, but that is something that, although useful in this, is a more secondary to this. I really think that the most important thing is to have proper, very easy to use, very user friendly, decentralized on and off ramps that all of us can participate, like on each side of the trade. If I want
Hmm.
to buy Bitcoin, I directly connect peer to peer to someone that wants to sell Bitcoin for euros. And I give them euros and they give me Bitcoin,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
No KYC, no AM shit, no nothing. The real deal between peers. That's important. We need to do that. There are some decentralized platforms like BISC. It's a good beginning. I don't see it as anywhere near perfect. I think we can do better and we should do better. Although BISC is not, I'm not saying it's bad. I am saying that for the regular people, it's not good enough. We need to do
Hmm.
better. So I hope we concentrate our efforts as a community of developers in this space to build the next thousands on and off ramps that don't become subject to this kind of scrutiny.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
Well, we
very
have a
important.
yeah, we have a question here from Miguel Tadeu.
From you?
Yeah. Well, it's from my kids. So, uh, asking, is there a way to be 100% anonymous on blockchain?
Yes. If we don't pass through KYC AML, you
Yeah.
create your own wallet,
Yeah, you
you
have all
fund
the
it.
privacy issues before on ramping. So if you are making a transaction from your bank account, it's not anonymous, right? So
Yeah. So the problem is to have peer to peer transactions on and off ramping. That's
yeah,
it. Without any subject to any controlling laws like KYC, AML, and so on.
yeah. After being on the blockchain, it's quite anonymous
And
unless you
they
expose their information.
they are there was KYC, now it's KYB as well.
Mhm.
I wonder if they are getting to KYA anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't know what they would stand for actually. So
I don't know. Know your asshole?
no, you're anonymous.
Anyway,
Something like that.
um, yeah, this is
Yeah, I think that's the answer for that. Yes, you can be 100% anonymous. You just have to be careful about it before on ramping and after on off ramping.
yeah. Uh, and another very important topic is decentralized identity. Uh, we are getting there. It's not there yet, but there are a bunch of attempts to create the world's identity. Uh,
Yeah.
WorldCoin is one of them, but there are plenty of them, and that will be important. Don't get me wrong. I completely see the point of having it. Uh, I think it's very risky if we do it wrong.
Let me say that it's very risky in the current state of the world. So while you have people trying to control your behaviors, uh, it's very risky to have that.
It has to have some kind of uh, secrecy or layers to it. I'm okay uh, to have my identity a public and global one if I can control which parties get access to which information and for how long, no problem. But I have to have the that capability.
I'm
And
still not really sure about it.
no, I'm sure I'm okay. If my identity is something that is not connected to me at all, like a number,
Yeah, but it is. So it's your identity. It has to be connected to you.
no, it can be just one number or one hash, like
Mm.
a public key hash, right? And no one accesses anything on that identity besides me using my private key.
You know that won't
And
be
then,
true because your government has access to every data that you have in your ID.
yes, but that's the problem. So
Yeah.
to correct
So
it, we need to do it right.
now, if you are talking about international ID, who is the government? Really?
To do it proper, we need to do it this way. No one accesses anything besides me. And then I can uh, either create proofs, like zero knowledge proofs, to demonstrate something about my identity to anyone, or I share information from my identity to the entity that I am dealing with for a certain period of time. And that's it.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
information needs to be
I'm not
completely
convinced.
disconnected with my public identity. It should be
Yeah.
something that I just send them and they just cannot connect any in any way to my public key.
Hmm.
If they can connect to my public key, they can track me.
Yeah.
So we have to do that right. And it's a hell of a challenge. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if we do it wrong, we will be in bad shape.
Yeah. Well, the blockchain is just the same, right? Like we are talking about Bitcoin, apparently, at least until today, uh, you are unable to control Bitcoin. So it's totally distributed. I don't think today there is a way to control Bitcoin. But there are other blockchains that are controllable. Actually, every other blockchain is mostly controllable. So uh, countries are launching their own currencies in blockchain, which will be monetarized, which will be mostly controllable, and uh, everything that we were talking about since the beginning of this episode will be implemented in such currencies. And there will be no way around it, because you will have to use the digital euro, you will have to use the digital dollar, and with that comes the control that we've been talking about. So how to go around that? There's no way around that, at least that I can see.
Yeah. If we still have our own public money, Bitcoin, we use Bitcoin.
Yeah, but you have to move from the digital euro or the digital dollar into Bitcoin. So you have to unramp it. And until you unramp it, it's controlled.
I
So
don't
you
think
have to
that
unramp it. You have to unramp it, but it's traced. Okay. So when you unramp, they know who you are and what your wallet is.
that is
So
the
after
very
unramping, you have to mix it.
the most important risk in the legacy system is to be completely cashless. We are going in that direction, and we should
Yeah.
not accept it.
Yeah,
If we
totally.
accept to go completely digital, or be cashless, we are accepting to deny our future generations uh, privacy, economic privacy, for good.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if we accept that, then we are in a bad problem, because there will not be a way for me to transact with anyone in the world, even to buy crypto or not, in a privacy centric way.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I have to agree with that. And unless we find a way to scramble the transaction somehow, uh, there's no way around it.
yeah, and in that case, we have the plan B, which is mixers and coin giants of the world, and we should then create a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah, but even that, I'm not
Or
sure if
maybe we
it's
should
bulletproof.
do that now. Create on and off ramps, decentralized, and create mixers like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah, guys, so you
Just
didn't
to
hear
have,
from us, but if you are thinking about it, do it. Um, so
but do it properly. Call
yeah,
yourself
be
Natosho
smart, be smart.
Sakamoto
Yeah,
or whatever,
yeah, be smart about it.
and use all
Uh,
the privacy
yeah,
tools that you have accessible to you, like
yeah,
Tor and
yeah. Tori is your
uh,
friend for sure.
GPT. Encrypt your stuff all the time.
Yeah,
Be careful with that, because shit happens to people that try to be privacy centric and
yeah,
enabling anyone to do it.
mhm, yeah, exactly.
They usually get arrested somewhere because of some shit.
Yeah, and then they
Doesn't
throw
matter
away
what.
the key and they forget about you. They don't even bring you food sometimes. I heard. Well, I don't know, but but something bad will happen to you.
So yeah, we need to do that stuff and to protect ourselves, because of the future might be very problematic if we
No,
get to
it
a
can be very
completely
dark.
digital
Yeah,
currency.
and that's what I'm kind of scared of, because this is a really powerful tool. So it can be used to do good stuff, but it can also be used to do bad stuff. And with powerful tools, if you are doing bad stuff, it can be really bad.
And it's worse than that, because you don't have any example in history where any government or public entity had such a power.
Yeah.
So it will be for the first time in human history uh, that some form of completely digital currency, completely controllable, will be implemented.
Yeah.
And if we care about history and monetary history in particular, you would check easily that most currencies were abused. No,
Yeah.
not most, all of them.
Well, probably all. Yeah.
100% of the currencies that existed were abused in decades of existence.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
That is correct.
that is not a very good thing to know, right? Because if we have a completely digital currency, and if we go completely cashless, um, and the abuse is such extreme, we are asking for problems, right?
Yeah, well, we are asking for those problems already because uh, since people don't have the awareness that we are talking about here, they will just go for it because it's easy to pay with your debit card, right? It's so here it is, just pay with it. But then again, everything is tracked, so yeah, your
The other
privacy
day,
goes away.
I read a quote. I don't remember who said it, but the originally, but it was a quote that Jack Dorsey from Twitter was sharing, um, and it was, rights are never given; they have to be taken.
Yeah, yeah,
So uh, we should take our rights in this case, or keep them, or do our best to not let them be taken from us.
yeah. Well, that's
They will
one
not
thing
give
that,
you any rights, they just take
yeah,
them.
that is
So,
something that I heard the other day in the American Constitution. I'm not really sure if it's 100% correct. That the Constitution only says what you cannot do, because the rights are yours. They just say you cannot remove people's arms, you cannot restrict speech. So it says in negatives you cannot do this, so it's removing you uh, those rights, right? Because you can remove them.
so
I can go and restrict you, but what the Constitution is saying, you cannot restrict this.
mhm. Yeah, so it's like you have full rights except these ones, right?
Yeah,
And what we need to do in this case is either not let them take rights from us that they are not guaranteed to in the first place, or fight and take our rights back if they try to do that.
yeah, that's not going to be easy
It's
because
not
right
going to be
now you
easy, but
have,
we have to do it.
two layers of people that don't want to give you that. So you have your country's government and you have the European government. And some say that there is a world government somewhere, somehow. I don't know. So you have
Yeah,
several layers of people that don't want to give you that. So it's going to be a
it's
tough fight, right?
they just can do the things that the majority accepts. If the
And
majority
yeah,
accepts to go cashless,
yeah,
we are screwed.
yeah.
Uh, but we need to find other ways to maintain our privacy. And we always do. Humans
Yeah,
have that
that's the easy way, and
capability.
yeah, you can see people just climbing the ladder, and
So
then
I'm
yeah.
not. This is not a doom and gloom thing. It. This is.
No,
Uh,
well, it can
I
be, it can be because if they really restrict you in such a way that you cannot even work around, well, you can eventually one day
we will
work
find a
around
way.
it. Yeah, but it can take a lot of time to do it.
I really think that if we keep our minds in the right place, as the crypto OGs, uh, and if we understand why and not get misinformed by government propaganda that this is for some reason that is
Yeah, well, it's not easy because
right.
yeah, people don't
If
know
we if
history, people don't know what their whereabouts, people don't know
but
politics.
the guys
Yeah,
that
it's not easy.
the people that are on this industry
Yeah, yeah.
for many years, they are
Mhm.
not the regular people.
Yeah,
They
well,
usually
maybe the
know
first ones.
more
Yeah,
about money,
yeah, the old guys.
right?
Yeah,
So this crew of people have the responsibility to create alternatives if they go and if they force the majority to go cashless.
yeah,
We need to find another way.
hmm yeah. I agree.
That's it. And we have already Bitcoin. So we need to find a way to connect the people to Bitcoin directly.
Yeah, yeah. Probably find some alternative channels to move stuff. Uh yeah, like you were saying, decentralized on and off ramps might be a solution. We will see.
Uh, we need to have some way to uh, transact with each other, and if we don't have if the only way for us to transact is to use digital currency, government currency, then we will have to create a cash uh, of our own.
hmm Yeah, baby. Well, we have Bitcoin. We don't need to create new cash. We just need to create.
Atomic transactions and a very easy to use payment system, and maybe we have an alternative there or not. If they are faster than us doing that, we need to figure things out along the way. But i
Yeah,
i am really positive that we will be in a good position to fight that, because this time governments came late to the party.
they're always late to the party. The thing is that they have so much power that they can reverse the party, and that's what's been
Usually,
happening.
but in
Yeah,
Bitcoin they cannot. That's the beauty.
yeah. Well, let's hope for that.
No, they cannot.
Yeah,
uh,
well, as I said,
if
I
they
don't
would
see any way that they can
if they
control
would be
Bitcoin
able, they would
today.
have done
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
So,
today I have to agree with you today.
so maybe this time we will win just because of that.
Not without
We
a
just need
fight.
to be smart
Yeah.
and uh, continue doing stuff faster than they can destroy on the other
Yeah,
hand.
well, and find clear solutions that cannot be how do you say it? Uh, that they cannot control, right? So we need to find, like, Bitcoin is a really good solution to the problem, and I don't think they can control Bitcoin. So I think the second step, as you were saying, about on and off ramps, we already had uncontrolled on and off ramps, but they were centralized, so it was not a good solution. Uh, but yeah,
So
let's see
TLDR,
how decentralized on and off ramps work.
TLDR for the crypto developers in our channel, which are mostly all of us. Um, we need to build on Bitcoin more.
Yeah,
We need to build more tools around Bitcoin. Uh, we need to build more payments networks around Bitcoin. We have a few, but they are not good enough. Lightning Network is cool. I've been using it, but it's a pain to run a node and it's a pain to um, manage it and to not be subject to slashes or no, it's not called slashes, it's called channel ninja closes and stuff like
yeah,
that. So this is not the ideal thing. uh, I think we can do better tools, and that is very important. It's very important to have properly accessible, decentralized on and off ramps for everyone, um, to get the user interfaces better, to be more easy for people to get in and out of crypto, and avoid using only centralized exchanges, right?
yeah. Well, we get it. It's easier. It's well, it's easier in every way, right? Because you have proper logins, like most people are used to. You
I
can forget about your passwords. You can,
I
well,
use
whatever. It's
I
secure.
use uh, r- exchanges all the time, every day, right?
Yeah,
Uh, I see the point of using
yeah.
them.
We get it. We get
Do I
it.
trust them with all my capital? No,
No,
not even
not
10%,
really. Yeah.
right? Do I trust banks with all my capital? No.
No.
I trust them with a
Yeah.
very
Well,
small amount of my capital, not
everything that
even
it's
1%.
yeah, everything that is centralized.
So
Yeah.
I'm trusting more exchanges than banks today. Uh, and I would love to be able to use less exchanges uh, in my life, because exchanges are banks to me. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Well, they
It
behave
will
the
end up
same,
in
and
the same.
they have the same rules, right?
Yeah.
So
So
yeah, they are quite the same
what I have against banks, I will have the same against
against
exchanges.
exchanges, of course.
They they facilitate my life. Okay, it's easier to do transactions, but we have a technology now that enables us to do the same thing without them, which
Mhm.
we didn't have before with banks, right?
Yeah,
So
so at least it has to be cheaper, right?
let's use exchanges to our convenience, like having a
Mhm.
card to pay for shit. It's okay. And have a bank account that we have on our mobile phone. That's cool. But let's use decentralized stuff for all the rest and
Mhm.
know the difference, right? And
Yep.
teach people the difference. Share that information because that's very important for them to learn. And uh, yeah, I really think that if we do all these bullet points, like it's only three, right, or four. Uh, if we do all this, we will have a bright future and live a better future for our kids. If
Yeah,
we miss this and if we fuck this up, I think the future for our kids will be much worse than ours.
yeah, and don't go. We are giving you a lot of information here. Don't go on the weird history stories that governments and well, your local police and um, uh, how do you say it, the news stuff, the news channels, and all that public manipulation channels that you watch. They will try to feed you some weird information that there is something that needs to be controlled. Don't go into those stories. Even if it would happen, it will be one case. It's really not significant. It's hu- hundreds of thousands times more significant to have this in a free usage.
Yeah.
So don't go into those conspiracy theorist stories that you hear about it. There are no
In
drug
mass
dealers
media, mainly.
transacting in Bitcoin. That's stupid. Don't go into that. That's conspiracy theories. So you will lose a real good opportunity to have something really good here.
But to end this episode in a good mood, I really think
You need to click.
we
You need to click the like button, guys. We are giving you a really good information, guys. Click the like button,
yeah,
subscribe, and
click
if you
the
find
like.
this information useful, please share to your friends. This is
If
really good
you
information, guys.
do both, like and subscribe, uh, I am pretty sure we will not be uh, controlled by any governments at all. That's the only
Yeah.
thing that you have to do. Like and subscribe, and everything will be
No, 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 no.
beautiful
And
afterwards.
share is really good too.
You are asking too much. Come on.
No, 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 no.
No?
Please, guys, share.
Okay.
Share this
Share.
information.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. This is
And
really good information, guys. So share it with your friends. It's nice,
so
and it's nice for us too.
I really think that we have a chance. It's not all lost. They are fighting their own fight. We are fighting our own fight.
Yeah, we need to
Uh,
keep fighting it. Yeah.
we need to keep this rolling. Don't uh, think the war is over. The war is just beginning.
Yeah.
We need to continue developing. This time is up to us developers to develop the right shit.
Yeah.
It's not bullets flying around or rockets or stuff like that.
Yeah,
The
it's
war is
much
being
less
fought
violent, right?
here,
Yeah.
and I like this war. Uh, so let's keep it like this. I don't like bullets and rockets, so
Yeah, they
I
tend to
much
hurt people, so
yeah
yeah,
I
right.
prefer this war, and
Yeah.
let's continue fighting it because it's for a good purpose. We should be aware that the privacy centric war is something that we really need to win. We
Yeah,
as a
yeah,
humanity, not
yeah, guys.
country,
We are
not.
giving you guys ideas to implement stuff. Please go ahead.
Let's
Try it
build a
out.
ton of projects,
Yeah,
right?
we need
Let's
a lot
build
of this kind
stuff.
of solutions. Not only one or two or 10. We need a lot of those.
Create open source projects to
Yeah.
solve a single problem. It's easy. It's not easy because nothing is easy in blockchain or in this industry. But at least you have a small problem to solve, right? You solve it. You never know if you will not build something amazing that everybody finds cool,
Yeah.
right? So we need to attempt to do more things. I think the development around Bitcoin is too uh, calm. We are
Yeah. Well,
trying new
y-
shit around Ethereum,
yeah, yeah,
around
yeah.
other
You had
ecosystems.
a bunch of new blockchains going around with these cool
It's
features
all
and whatever.
cool. It's
Yeah,
all
it is
cool,
cool. And people need
but
to cool down also and
but we
start
need to
going
do the proper thing
to
also on
implement
the layer, the
important
ground
stuff.
layer.
Yeah, don't get me
Bitcoin.
wrong. The other Ethereum and the other blockchains are also important, but for privacy and real stuff, Bitcoin is the thing.
I wanted to end in this way. There are a bunch of tokens around, but there is one currency, Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Don't put everything in the same basket. It's not. Bitcoin is a completely different thing. It's our currency.
Yeah.
We need to make that distinction. Ethereum is very cool. It's a world computer. It's capable of doing a lot
Yeah,
of shit.
and all other blockchains, they
All other
have really
layers,
cool
zeros,
features, right? Yeah.
all other main nets do different shit. Solana is very fast and very
Yeah, they have
wrong
all these
most of the
cool
time.
features, right?
Uh,
Because
uh,
that's why they were invented, because they have very specific
they
features.
have a lot
So
of
yeah.
benefits here and there and so on, but there is only one human
Yeah.
currency, and that is Bitcoin.
Yeah.
The rest is on another layer. We need to build more on Bitcoin because real uh, our real survival as uh, individual financial um, humans depends on that.
Hmm. Yeah.
And to do it proper, to have all the things that we talked about in place so that they cannot be controlled or uh, gate kept, right? So
Yeah.
this is why this episode is very important, and it's very close to our hearts because we are in the crossroads of this, uh, and it's important to keep this in mind for
Hmm.
all of us that build in this space. uh, we need to do this right. Otherwise, all the efforts that we've done in the past and all the things will be will not pass the test of history.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
we need to build more on the ground layer and not on the higher mountains. Uh, and
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to touch here is it's very important to build more on Bitcoin. Let's build more on Bitcoin.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay.
Guys, let's wrap it up. Guys, thanks for being here. We really enjoy doing these episodes. Hope you guys also enjoy it. We'll be back soon.
And thank you for joining us in our mission to decentralize the world wisely. And see you guys in the next episode. Cheers.
See you in the next one.
Bye-bye.